You're 10 years old when you realize you're never going to be the tallest player on the court. You're not growing like the others. You see it in team photos, always in the front row, always in the middle, the short one, the quick one, the one who has to prove herself in ways height never has to. You try not to let it bother you, but it does. A little. You watch as other kids spike balls and celebrate, the gym lighting up when they score. Meanwhile, you're the one diving on hardwood, covered in bruises, wiping sweat off your arms while no one claps. At first, it stings, until one day, it doesn't. Because one day, you lay out for a ball that should have hit the floor. It should have been a point for the other team, but somehow, your hand finds it. Somehow, it pops back up, and for the first time, the gym erupts. For you. Your teammates rush in, wide-eyed. Your coach claps so hard it sounds like thunder. It's just 1 point. But for you, it's everything. You feel something shift that day, something permanent. The burn on your elbow from sliding across the court becomes a kind of badge. The floor burns aren't injuries, they're marks of effort, proof that you were there, that you mattered. You find joy in the chaos of defense, in the scramble, in the noise. While others dread the ball coming their way, you hope for it. You crave it. You want the pressure, the unpredictability. You start noticing things most players don't. How a hitter's shoulders shift before an attack. The slight hesitation that gives away a tip shot. The rhythm of a setter's hands. You study them like puzzles, not because someone told you to, but because you can't help it. Your mind is wired for this. You don't know the word yet, but you're already a libero, not by position, but by instinct. It's not about height, it's not about power, it's about presence. 10 years old, and you already know your job is to keep the ball off the floor, no matter what. You start playing club volleyball and quickly realize this isn't just a game anymore. It's weekends gone, it's homework done in the backseat of a car with court dust still on your legs. It's tournaments that start before the sun rises and end long after it sets. Your life becomes a loop of duffel bags, hotel rooms, and cold gym floors. No one cheers for a clean platform. No one posts highlight reels of serve-receive reps. But that's where you live now. You spend hours perfecting your first contact because you know it's the most important one. You learn angles, balance, and footwork. You learn how to recover from a shank without showing it on your face. You learn to lead without needing attention. While others chase the spotlight, you chase perfection in silence. You dive for balls no one expects you to touch. You lay yourself out for saves no one will remember. And still, you show up. You do your job, over and over and over. In middle school, people call you scrappy. In club, they call you crazy. You take both as compliments. You tape your fingers, tighten your shoes, and run headfirst into the hardest hit balls of the day. Coaches start to notice, but not all of them. You're not the one lighting up the scoreboard. You're the one holding the team together. And that role doesn't always come with recognition. By high school, you've accepted that your name won't be in headlines, but your teammates know, your coach knows. You become the one they trust when it's tight, when the gym is loud, when the energy is spiraling. You're the calm, the reset, the one who doesn't blink when everything else is on fire. You start to love the grind, the sore legs, the blistered hands, the ache in your lower back after a long match. You love it because it means you were there, really there, fighting for every point. The game is starting to take more from you, but you're still all in. This is where you belong. You're not flashy, you're not famous, but you're the foundation. And deep down, you know the team doesn't function without you. You start emailing college coaches long before anyone asks you to. You don't wait for interest. You create it. You write your subject lines carefully, attach grainy highlight videos, type and retype your stats even though you know no one recruits a libero for numbers. You explain your value in words that barely capture it. You hope someone sees through the silence and notices your fire. One coach does. Just one. The offer isn't flashy. It's not D1 with the giant arena or the nationally ranked program, but it's real, and it's yours. You accept it before they can change their mind. When you arrive on campus, everything shifts. Everyone here was a star. Everyone was the best player on their high school team. Now you're a jersey number on a depth chart. No promises, no guarantees, just work. You start at the bottom, literally, on the bottom court during drills, at the end of the bench during matches. But you know how this works. You've been overlooked before. You thrive there. You make a choice to show up early, to stay late, to take every extra rep. You become impossible to ignore. You learn how to lead without volume. You learn to make teammates better without ever touching the ball. You start earning trust in the quietest ways. One tough dig in a scrimmage, one perfect pass under pressure, a serve receive that gets the offense rolling. They start calling your name more. then calling your number. The practices are brutal. Your body hurts more often than it doesn't. There are days your knees feel like they're screaming, nights you ice both shoulders even though you didn't swing once. The game is faster, the pressure heavier. Every mistake feels like a crack in your worth. Every great play feels like survival. You spend hours in film watching every movement, your drop step, your platform, your footwork in transition. You break it all down, rebuild it, and break it again. You hold yourself to standards no one sees because that's what it takes. You don't get the headlines. You don't need them. You're not here to be famous. You're here to win. And every day, you're one step closer to becoming the kind of player only other players truly understand. It's the championship match, the fifth set. Everything is louder than it should be. The crowd, the drums, the shoes squeaking against the floor. Your heartbeat is in your ears. Every serve feels like it could tip the match. Every point is a war. You don't think about the pain. You don't think about the fatigue or the ache in your hip from diving so many times already. You only think about the next ball, the next read, the next assignment, because in this moment, nothing else matters. You can't afford to lose focus, even for a second. The outside hitter on the other team has been unstoppable. She's already racked up double-digit kills. Everyone knows where the ball is going, but that doesn't make it easier to stop. And then it happens. The rally. The ball goes up. A wild scramble. Your setter lays out just to keep it alive. It's chaos. Someone tips it over. Someone else flails to pop it up. There's no form left, only desperation. The other team resets. Their setter feeds it to their hammer. You know it before she even jumps. She hits it clean, hard, fast. It's the kind of ball that clears out space, the kind of ball that makes even fans flinch. But you're already moving. Before her hand even connects, your body is launching. You dive flat out, full extension. There's no time to aim, no time to think. Just instinct and reaction. And somehow, you get there. The ball hits your arms and floats up, high enough, soft enough. Your teammates scramble. Your setter chases it down. Your middle touches it just enough to drop it over. The other team doesn't even move. Your bench erupts. The gym shakes. But you don't celebrate. Not yet. You're already focused on the next serve, because that's the job. You save the point, then you move on. No matter how big, no matter how wild. After the match, a teammate hugs you hard and whispers, "We don't win that without you." That's enough. You don't need cameras, you don't need awards. That moment, that rally, that dig, that was yours. And even if no one else remembers it 5 years from now, you always will. It ends quietly. No announcement, no spotlight, just a season that doesn't lead to another. You try to keep training, but your body doesn't move the same. The fire's still there, but the legs are slower, the recovery longer. Eventually, you stop. You become a coach. You see yourself in the smallest kid on the court, diving for balls no one else would chase. You teach mechanics, mindset, resilience. You say, "Nice dig." You say, "Keep going." You never say how hard it got, how lonely, how much it cost. You still dream about it sometimes. The roar of the crowd, the silence before a serve, the weight of everything riding on your shoulders. You wake up reaching for your knee pads, and if you had the chance to do it all over again, the pain, the pressure, the sacrifice, you would, no question, every time.